Your story, sir.
I just wanted to say that this is a really, really common problem, and it's happening every day. I'm 40 years old now. This isn't new. When I was young, I was a horrible kid. The first time I was caught stabbing somebody, I was 14. I was in prison at 16. By 18, I'd already been caught stabbing about 6 or 7 different people.
God.
You know, like...
Killed them?
And no, they didn't die, thank God. But you know what? At the time, I tried to. Like, that was my intention. You know? Like, you don't care. At that age, what they need is, they need a buddy system of some type. They need a guy of, like, my age, a 40-year-old man. Thank God now, I've changed my life. I had a girlfriend who stuck by me. I've got children. I've got 4 kids. I don't live in London any longer because I don't think it's a good place to live. I own multiple businesses. I own properties. Like, these kids are entrepreneurs in the making. They work harder.
How do you know?
They take more risks because I was one of them, and I know lots of them. And I grew up, I was a drug dealer for most of my life, you know?
From what age, Daniel? 14?
I started at 12.
12?
I became a drug dealer at 12. That was old for now, but I was 12 when I started.
So when you hear this poor mum saying that her son was groomed by gangs from the age of 6...
I say to every single mum in that position, you have got only one single choice, and it may be too late, but it's the only thing you can do. You have to move.
Can I be really honest with you?
Out of London.
Can I be really honest with you?
Whatever city you live in. Sorry, of course you can.
I actually don't understand how a child of the age of 6 can be groomed by a drug gang. I don't understand what the opportunities would be.
Because they're coming into the mother's home.
Well, we don't know that in this case, but you think that would be a...
I'm saying generalisation. I don't want to insult anybody who's been through what they've been through, and I do not in any way mean to insult the mum, but all I'm saying is, how else do you have access to a 6-year-old child?
But you think because, again, try and put yourself into this mum's shoes, and it's very easy for me to say this because, I've got a degree of financial security, I've got, options available, blah, blah, blah. But if any of my children got caught up in this kind of lifestyle, we'd leave, we'd move, we'd go somewhere.
You have to move immediately. If you're a parent, I'll give you a bit of advice right now. If your children are in danger, go get yourself a gun, shoot your own front door and tell them you need to move, because that is the only way they'll move you. The council, the police, they do not care. They will not help you. The only way they'll help you is if your house has been shot at. That's the only way you'll get a move, an immediate emergency move, and that is the only way. Even if you've got 20 guys hanging outside your house threatening you is not enough. You have to shoot your own door, or have somebody has to have shot your house in order for you to be able to move. They do not care. To them, we are just the cattle. We are nobody. Yeah, and I'm not talking. This isn't a color thing. Yeah, I'm white. Yeah. This is about lower class people. What they consider lower class people have no value to them. It's the truth. They don't care. They'll leave you there. You told them, look, my son is in a gang. They'll say, well, that's your fault as a parent. Well, now we're going to send social services. The social services will take a child, put them into care, and the care system is even worse.
Yeah.
My mum and my dad were both raised in orphanages in care system because their parents were in prison. Yeah? It just goes from bad to worse. It doesn't get better. You just out of the frying pan into the fire,
So how did you do that, Daniel? How did you stop this sort of cycle repeating? Yeah.
Mate, I am still brainwashed to this day. The only difference is that I have something that is bigger than myself, my children and my missus, My missus stuck by me from the age of 16 until 40. Yeah, I'm 40 now. And she's been with me the whole time. And if it isn't for her, my first inclination is always to violence, because that is the nature of what I was brought up to do. I was told from a young age, if somebody gets in your way, hurt them. Yeah, don't wait for them to hurt you. Hit them first. Don't all of this. If somebody hits you, hit them back. No. If somebody looks like they're going to hit you, pick up a brick and smash it in their face. And I'm talking from the age of 5 and 6. That is what I was taught. And my mum has apologized. She said to me, she knows that she holds responsibility. My mum was 15 when she was pregnant. She was in care. She had no ability to pass on good knowledge to me. We learnt this together as we grew up. My children do not live in London. My children lived in Church Road in Harlesden. If you know anything about gang life, you know that that is a bad, bad place, yeah? Somebody was shot dead outside my daughter's window. I said, sod this. Sorry for my language. I got in my car. I went and found a place to rent, and then I rented out. I said, forget the council. I don't need the council. I don't need anyone. I am getting out of here.
Yeah.
You know, my children are not being raised in this environment. There's no way. My daughter's 21 years old. She's finishing university. She's doing politics and media. She wants to do what you do, you know, holding power to account, you know. But the only way that you can change this right now is you have to get someone like me, yeah, who's been through it, who can say to these kids, shut up, man, I was a better man than you was, yeah. But it didn't get me anywhere. Look at where I am now. Look at everything I've achieved, and it's only because of X, Y, and Z. You know.
But isn't that? You know, people talk about poverty's role in all of this, and therefore about the opportunity role in all of this. Isn't that part of the point, though, Daniel? Is that people don't see a way out. They don't see any opportunity for them. They don't see how they can make it. They don't see that there's going to be money at the end of the month because they go and work a job which is really, really hard and requires them to, you know, get up early and get home late.
Most of them have never seen anybody with a job. The people who have jobs get laughed at by certain sections of society because certain sections of society believe that they can take and give nothing back. And I grew up as one of those people. And when you go and you see this, they laugh at the hardworking people. They think that we are idiots. You know, they really do. And they just want to take this gangster mentality that's been imported through rap music. I love rap music. I can't blame the music, but it's been imported to us from America, this gangster lifestyle, yeah? And the kids here just lap it up. I'm talking middle-class white kids going to private schools, stabbing each other to death because they want to look like their local gangster rapper. You know, like it's spread beyond. It's like what happened in America with cocaine. Yeah, you know, they thought they could keep it within the black community and it spread. Yeah, but look what happened in England. They thought they could keep this sort of gangsters like rap music and all of that, yeah, to the ghettos, but it doesn't. It spreads. And now even white middle class England are suffering from this, you know. It's happening everywhere. You can't blame the parents entirely, yeah, but it all stems from the kids that were like me, that grew up on these inner city estates, and then they look cool. They're on Instagram with all the money, all the girls looking like the big guy, and then all the other kids want to imitate that, you know? And then they end up carrying knives and stuff because they think it's cool. And then the guy who you've had an argument with, you heard that he's got a knife. What option do you have left? You don't have a choice. You have to carry a knife now because he might stab you. And they say it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. And that's 100% truth. I'd prefer to explain my actions to a jury than to have my family walk me into the cemetery, you know? So we can always get out of jail, even if it's 20, 30 years later. Yeah, but like, it's hard to explain, yeah? But when you're in that mindset, yeah, normal reality, going to work, all of that, yeah, it's a joke. The money involved is amazing. You have to remember, yeah, when I was 21 years old, I was making 10, 20 grand a day.
A day?
I could pay people to do anything I wanted.
Hang on, whoa. You were making 20 grand a day?
So on a good
dealing
day,
drugs
on a Friday
and all that?
night, yeah. On a good night, on a Friday night, and I was only selling cannabis. So imagine what these guys are getting selling harder drugs.
So was there a moment, Daniel, in that, you know, you've got all this money rolling in, was there a particular moment that made you think, well, even if the money's rolling in, I need out here because...
Every day.
Every day?
Every single day. I used to try. I've spent millions of pounds on failed businesses, yeah. Finally now, I'm lucky. I'm a qualified gas engineer. I've got properties. I've invested into some businesses in other countries, you know. But I spent nearly all my money hoping that one day I could be a normal guy. But I wouldn't have to go Tesco's and be told off, you know what I mean, by some idiot who it's like half my age. Yeah, like this is what the fear of all drug dealers is. They think I've gone from being a big boss man, yeah, I've got workers who will do anything. They'll literally go and shoot someone for me if I want them to, yeah. And now I've got to go to Tesco's and have some idiot tell me what to do and go and stack these shelves. Like, no way. Yeah, and this is the biggest problem. It's not even about the money, it's the ego. It's the ego, what it gives you, yeah. You can walk around your area and no one can tell you nothing. Yeah, you get all the women, you get all the money, you get everything you want. Life is handed to you. It's like a movie. Yeah, it's really fun. You know what I mean? But then the consequences, they don't add up.
but someone else behind you can see how that movie ends, and that movie always ends badly unless they have an attitude like yours, which is even if the money's rolling in, and even if I feel like a movie star and a pop star and I can do anything, I've got people where you have to get out.
You have to,
particularly if you've got kids. Particularly if you've got kids.
Most people don't have the courage and self-belief in themselves, yeah? See, me, I went to university. I made a lot of money selling in universities, yeah? But then what I would do is I would study as well. I'm a really clever chap, like, I got 3 degrees, you know? Like, I'm a clever guy, yeah? And I was hanging around with people who would always say to me, man, you're so much better than what you're doing here. Like, you could be a barrister. You know, the amount of cases I've won myself, representing myself, massive cases, yeah? Like, firearms, everything, yeah? And I should have been a barrister. Like, I would have been an amazing barrister.
Well, there's still time, my friend. And you know what? The people queuing up, listening to your call now on the text and the WhatsApp, are in awe of you. The fact that you were able to turn it around, and the fact, Daniel, that you're able to. And I asked for people to sort of puncture my middle class bubble. You have, and then some. Extraordinary.
Well, I hope I haven't sort of over-egged it in any way.
No, I don't think you have.
Truth, you know?
I think you've been unbelievably honest, and I think that's what's needed here, because you're dealing with some very fragile lives, some very young lives, and honesty is needed about where it ends up for people. And again, we've seen it end up in another child having their life cut short by all of this.